Hello guys, so welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. In this video, we're gonna talk about Sean Diddy Combs being hit with $1 million default judgment in a lawsuit that was filed against him. And his legal team is using one of the oldest tricks in the books by not responding to the lawsuit. It's not as though it's an oversight, it's a filing error or anything like that. It's a strategic move. And the reason why they're using this particular strategic move is because all the lawsuits that have been filed against Sean Diddy Combs up to this point, with the exception of Cassie Ventura, many people, the females who had the claims against him, they had to go back and refile because some of the information in the lawsuit, it was meritless. There was no evidence. Some of it was just plain lies. Not saying that what they were accusing him of did not happen, but there were scenarios that they outlined that was a blatant lie, and there were events, time, records, etc. that the court could use to say this is not making any sense. You're not telling any truth here, so as such, you need to refile the case. For example, when they name his record label, Bad Boys, to be facilitating Diddy's wrongful behavior by flourishing him with money and protection. Many of those cases at the time, that record label or his company did not exist. So let's get back to this case in particular, wherein he was hit with a $100 million default judgment. We're going to talk a little bit about the case and what his legal team intends to do because of what they did from the get-go, all planned. And this, to them, is going to form the foundation for them to get the other cases thrown out of court. Let's get into the details. Now, a Michigan inmate by the name of Derek Lee Cardello Smith has won a $100 million default judgment against Diddy for an alleged sexual assault back in 1997. Cardello Smith claimed that Diddy drugged and assaulted him at a party in Detroit, and he provided a log of his visitation record, which included Diddy's name. He also alleged that Diddy offered him $2.3 million to dismiss the lawsuit, which he rejected. The judgment was issued after Diddy failed to appear for a virtual hearing. Diddy's attorney has stated that the judgment will be swiftly dismissed, and Cardello Smith is a convicted felon and a sexual predator who has committed fraud on the court. So, already you can hear what the lawyer has to say. So basically, their plan, or in other words, their strategy in this case. So, as I was saying, Diddy's legal team plan is to file a motion to vacate the judgment because it can be done. They have several options in this case, but based on what his lawyer has outlined so far, I believe they're going to file the motion to vacate the judgment because he's calling this man, he's outlining that this man has committed court fraud. Not just that, he's saying this man is a convicted felon. He himself is currently serving time for what he's accusing Diddy of doing. So his legal team, they really do have a good argument. So what they're going to do, they're going to ask the court to set aside the default judgment, and they're going to claim that, the case is not valid. Again, because this man is untrustworthy, there's no proper evidence, and again, he has committed fraud in the claims or court filing. So they have quite a few things that they can use to their advantage to have this conviction overturned, this judgment, overturned, and have the case thrown out. Now, let's get into some more details from TMZ as it relates to his attorney specifically. Now, TMZ is saying that Diddy's attorney, Mark Agnifilo, tells TMZ this man, Cardello Smith, is a convicted felon and a sexual predator who has been sentenced on 14 counts of sexual assault and kidnapping over the last 26 years. His resume now includes committing a fraud on the court from prison. as Mr. Combs has never heard of him, let alone been served with any lawsuit. Mr. Combs looks forward to having this judgment swiftly dismissed. As I tell you guys, it's all strategic. Now, Diddy could have been served notice of a lawsuit for him to appear in the virtual court. But if they don't have any like video footage and someone just slap him with that paper and say you have been served and there's no evidence, he can always say, I didn't get such documents. And what is your proof that you gave me such document? For all we know, you could have tossed that in the bin, you could have burned it, whatever. Yes. When you have been served, you don't have to show up in court. It is your word against them. No, unless there's evidence that you've been served, right? No, we know that Diddy has been facing these lawsuits back to back. And as such, from the get-go, when people hear this, people are going to say, he's guilty and he's this and he's that and all of that. But also at the same time, we have to look at this man and his history as well. And from a couple of years ago, this man has been in the media for someone that is known to be a liar and all that. No, I'm not saying that I'm defending Sean Diddy Combs. I'm just saying that this is Derek Lee's history. He's not known to be someone who is credible by any means or sense. Always questionable. Now, if you guys are not aware of the lawsuit, he said that they were drinking and smoking weed at a party and got naked with a bunch of women. Cardella Smith says he was performing oral sex on a woman when he felt a male hand on his left buttocks. He said it was Diddy's hand. A short time later, he says Diddy offered him a drink, which was Spike, and he passed out. Similar to everything that has been claimed in the other lawsuits, right? Now, he's saying hours later, he woke up and saw Diddy having sex with a woman, and Diddy allegedly said to him, I did this to you too. But according to legal docs, it appears Diddy did not file an answer to the complaint. A hearing for a default judgment was set for Monday, but no sign of Diddy, so the judge gave Cardella Smith what he wanted, $100 million. Now, that's the end of that report. We know Sean Diddy Combs is not going to pay that money. It's not as though he still doesn't have good money, because he still has good money. He really hasn't faced the burden of the lawsuits as yet. So it's not as though, four of them where he has to pay $100 million each. So we can say his bank account is truly taking a hit. He can afford his legal fees and all of that. He has good money to do so. He sold his shares in Revolve TV. He's selling his mansion. And he had good money before that. So he still has some good money coming in. Still not broke as yet. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. While you're at it, thumbs up, share, stay safe. See you guys later. Bye, guys.